find out what number you want to call.
Our first
me,
senior
call you.
player is number 19, Ellie Beanie. Ellie started playing hockey in first grade, and over the years she's played in many games, had many road trips. Her favorite is usually going and playing in the tournament, quality tournament in the city. Our own Sarah Worth has been an inspiration to Ellie this past few years, and Sheila Sidney Crosby of the Pittsburgh Penguins is her favorite hockey player. Her pregame ritual is eating at Christmas Green and listening to 300 Violins as her pump-up song. One fun fact that Ellie has kicked for the Moorhead Spuds football team for the past 3 years. Ellie is actually a four-sport athlete, having participated in soccer, football, track and field, and of course, her favorite hockey. Ellie is the daughter of Kevin and Jamie Beanie, and is planning to continue her education and soccer career at the University of Maryland. Thank you, Ellie. Our second senior player is number 22, Annie Creed. Annie started playing hockey at the age of 6 years old. Her favorite hockey player is Connor McDavid of the Edmonton Oilers. She too has been on many road trips. One of the most memorable was the Roosevelt Tournament in 10UA, which was in Atlanta. She has drawn inspiration also from Sarah Worth. She likes to eat at Panchero's Burrito and listen to 300 Violins to get herself ready to go for the game. A fun fact about Annie is she has an F and she adores. After graduation, she is planning to study exercise science and is currently undecided on which college to attend. Annie is the daughter of Josh and Melinda Creed. Thank you, Annie. Our third senior player is Ellie Lamont. Ellie started lacing up her skates at 5 years old. Her favorite place to play hockey has been in the city's area. Jack Hughes of the New Jersey Devils is her favorite hockey player. However, Ellie says her dad has been her biggest inspiration throughout her hockey career. For Ellie's pregame ritual, she finds her eating at Pancheros and listening to Just Wanna Rock. Not only is Ellie amazing on the ice, she is bilingual, speaking of both English and Spanish fluently. Her future plans are to attend college and study nursing. Ellie is the daughter of Todd and Brandy Lamont. Thank you, Ellie. Now we would like to acknowledge our two senior captains. Our first senior captain is number 4, Rhea Holmes. Rhea's been playing varsity hockey since 8th grade and this year reached the goal of 100 points, which is and still climbing. Rhea started playing hockey at the young age of 4 years old. She loves playing hockey, but says any games or tournaments in the cities are always her favorite. Gigi Marvin of the 2018 Olympic gold medal women's hockey team is her favorite player. Rhea's parents and high school coaches have been her inspiration throughout her career. An interesting fact about Rhea is that she is afraid of cruise ships. Rhea's pregame ritual includes eating mandarin oranges, apples, and noodles while listening to Country On by Luke Ryan. Rhea's future plans are to attend college and study nursing. Rhea is the daughter of Jeremy and Stacy Holmes. Thank you, Rhea. Finally, we'd like to acknowledge our second senior captain, number 7, Olivia Droland. Olivia has been gracing us with skating since the age of 4 years. Amazingly, Olivia has been number 7 her entire career. Olivia has been on countless road trips, also the cities of Holly tournament as her favorite. Kale Maker of Colorado Avalanche is her favorite hockey player. Olivia's pregame
Thank you and good evening, everybody, and welcome to Moorhead Sports Center. We've got high school hockey tonight in the girls' division as the Spuds get close to finishing up their regular season with playoffs beginning 1 week from today. It's an important game for home ice advantage as they head into the playoffs, as the Spuds take on Bemidji tonight, having a very successful year at 13 wins, 7 losses, and 3 ties. The ties have not yielded a lot of goals. The 3 combined games yielding just 2 goals. As we take a look at those scores in the tie department, Brainerd 0-0, Osseo 0-0, Crookston 1-1. That are 3 marks against the Lumberjacks in this contest tonight as they get ready to take on the Spuds. Scoring an average of 2.7 goals per game, giving up an average of 2.5, and coming off a win over East Grand Forks in their last outing by a score of 6-2. That's a quick look at the Lumberjacks team tonight with Ava Myrie in goal. We'll take a look at the rest of the line after a bit. But right now, Brian Kraft and his Spuds, 15-7, facing a pretty tough schedule over the course of the season, as they have scored an average of 4 goals, giving up an average of 2.3. They had won 6 in a row before losing to Warroad, and then a win over Fargo Davies, and then a loss to Andover. Now, those 2 games right there, Warroad and Andover, featuring 2 of the best teams in the state of Minnesota. And so the Spuds getting a good workout against those as they take on the Lumberjacks, who will finish up their regular season on Saturday when they take on Cloquet Esco Carleton. Looking for an interesting matchup there as they want to kind of wind things up on a high note and then enter playoffs. And the Lumberjacks still have a chance to host that first round if things go their way. Meanwhile, the Spuds seemingly are the number 1 or will be named the number 1 seed in Section 8 and should very likely get then the home ice advantage when they enter playoffs. And again, that's 1 week from today. Taylor Crescent is in goal for the Spuds, and she has played virtually every minute of the season so far, and she's just a junior. And she has played in the 2 years, virtually every minute in those 2 years, just does not give up the ice and has put up some pretty remarkable numbers at about 92% saves and a 2-point-plus goals allowed per game. Taylor Crescent in goal for the Spuds again tonight. And for those of you listening in the Fargo-Moorhead area, recognition to 5 particular seniors tonight. Olivia Dronan and Ellie Feeney are on the defense and the front line. One of the players on the front lines, Annie Krieg, is on right side of Bria Holm, and Ellie Laban also in that front line. Annie Krieg, Bria Holm, Ellie Laban, Ellie Feeney, and Olivia Dronan, the 5 seniors, playing their last regular season game here at Moorhead Sports Center. Well, as the ice has been cleared and we're just about ready to get started and getting underway, we again will always have a chance to remind you that this game is not the only game being played. As the Moorhead girls basketball team is just up the hallway and getting ready to take on Alexandria, and we'll be joining that game in progress as we get closer and closer to it. We'll kind of keep you up to date on that. And meanwhile, the Moorhead boys hockey team is on the road at East Grand Forks to take on the Class A Green Wave, and that is always promising to be an interesting contest, very evenly matched. It doesn't seem to matter what the record is going in. When the Spuds and the Green Wave battle, it's a very hard-fought and closely contested game. As we get ready, we're going to get some comments on the group of seniors that we've had, and we're going to put him to work right away. Nice to just kind of step in and get going, isn't it, Mitch? Would we see? And so with that, some thoughts on this graduating group of 5 seniors.
You talk about a great group of kids with great character, and they're going to go a long ways and be very successful in life. Good hockey players, but even better people.
You'll have to get closer to the mic.
No, we got it.
Hear him.
We got it. There was a little switch that needed to be pressed. So try again here, Les. What is your thought about these 5 seniors?
You talk about just great kids, great people. And I think people can see what they do on the ice, but they're even better off the ice and some of the leadership skills, and they're going to be so successful in life just by the character that they have.
Just what impact does it really have on the way you conduct yourself away from the ice as compared to what you see when the game gets underway?
I just think I always say great players make people around them even better. And I think when you see these kids off the ice, the way that they have the smile and the way that they help each other through tough times, good times, hanging out, it's incredible to watch. Just the skills that these young women have, are girls, I guess we say, because they're still, I'm old now, so maybe they are women, but I should say girls. But you know, they're just good people, and you can tell that they've been brought up the right way, and they bring that to the rink, and they make their teammates better.
Those of you listening on WDAY Radio, we remind you we're also being heard tonight on the Coyote in Brainerd, or in Bemidji rather. Well, maybe Brainerd too, but in Bemidji especially. And so we're looking forward to knowing that whatever is being said about this group of kids at Moorhead, we can identify and say that, yes, that's also a fact in Bemidji.
Yeah, I think you look at the great kids within Section 8, and I'm sure beyond Section 8. We see the girls here in Section 8 more often, and just you can see the impact that the seniors have had on other teams, and what it's meant for success, and success in many different ways.
College coaches that look for players to come in and play, they refer to this area as the 218 group. And it's the area code 218, and they like to recruit from that group of people.
Well, they're hard. It's a hard-working, bunch of kids in this area, and there's no doubt. And I think sometimes they have a little chip on their shoulder because they get passed up for the area code of 612, right, which would be the cities. But there's a lot of great hockey players, and you look at from all the way across the Warroad Roseau down to us, and I just fun, good hockey that there is in this area.
Let's take a look at what Moorhead can do on a given night in order to be successful.
You know, if they move the puck and they compete, Moorhead's good enough to skate with anybody. I think we have a solid skating team. Moorhead does, and if they move the puck, they're usually very successful.
And Bemidji has had a pretty good year in the makings by themselves at 13 wins, 7 losses, and 3 ties against good competition.
Yeah, and that's awesome to see, and you could see the uptick from them last year. I think if I remember right, we played them first round in the playoffs, and they came out, and they're a good, young, competitive team, great goaltending. It should be a good battle tonight.
That makes for an interesting conclusion to a game when you see 2 good goaltenders battling it out.
Yeah, I think there's some great ones here in Section 8, and we'll see two of the best here tonight, and it should be a fun battle, and both Crescent and Wiedemann have both had great years, both tremendous goals against average save percentages.
So we're looking for an exciting contest here tonight as the teams are still on the ice and at their respective end lines, and we are being introduced to a young group of skaters that are holding their respective flags. Some of them have Moorhead, some of them have Spuds, some of them have other announcements of their favorite part of this game of hockey, and so they are waving those flags as they wait for the introduction of players here tonight. Moorhead's junior varsity got the win earlier tonight as they jumped out to a 5-0 lead in the first period, but it got to be a 6-1 game before the conclusion as Bemidji's group got into goal and kind of settled down and got things taken care of there. And the starting lines being introduced as we saw Ava Myrie, the defender goaltender, is in place. And starting out on the defensive pair, Zoe Fayette and Maya Lundin for Bemidji. McKenna Dreyer is one wing. And Megan Berg lines up on the other side, and between Dreyer and Berg at center is Bailey Roop. And that's a good look at as to what the Lumberjacks have in store as they head out onto the ice under the direction of Mike Johnson. Now the Spuds will get their lines introduced. The Spud Buddies will be mentioned just them a moment ago. For those of you who are looking to anticipate and wait for the whatever game is your favorite tonight, right here on the station of WDAY in Fargo-Moorhead, we've got girls basketball, and we'll be joining that game in progress as the Moorhead boys basketball team are on the road at East Grand Forks tonight against the Class A Green Wave. And the Moorhead boys, again, getting a tough loss in their last outing, are evened up at 9-9 now on the season as they head into the game tonight with the Green Wave. Again, another tough game on the schedule for the Spuds. And the starting lineups continue on tonight from Moorhead Sports Center, as you have had a few celebrations here for the seniors that are graduating to acknowledge them, and they've come out to applaud their efforts throughout the course of their careers, and especially throughout this year and as they head onto the ice here tonight. So with all of that in place, we've got a timeout as we will drop the puck when we return. We've got a 3-minute break coming your way. Tonight it's Moorhead and Bemidji after this break. Welcome back to Moorhead Sports Center. After the singing of the national anthem, we're ready to play some hockey. The Spuds into tonight's game with 15 wins and 7 losses. They had a 6-game win streak near the end of the year before taking a loss to Warroad, and then came back and bounced back with a win over Davies before losing to Andover in their last outing. Meanwhile, Bemidji, 13 wins, 7 losses, and 3 ties. Brainerd, Osseo, and Crookston. And just 2 goals scored in that combination of scores, as Crookston and Bemidji tied at 1-1. The others, nobody could find a way to the back of the net. I'm expecting, Mitch, that we're going to see a game similar to that. Very tough-minded defensive game.
Yeah, I think Bemidji is going to try and, set the tone with some tight defense, and they're going to try and, keep this a 3-2, 2-1 hockey game, and that's the way they'll try and defeat Moorhead. Moorhead, again, trying to bounce back a little bit here and get some pucks in the net as they were kind of slowed down by a very outstanding Andover team.
As we look onto the ice, Moorhead's goaltender Taylor Creston has things all set and ready to our right side as we look on. Meanwhile, Eva Myrie is all set at the other end. Eva Myrie has a 2.07 goals against average, 92% saves. Very similar numbers to Taylor Cresson. As we get ready to meet out at center ice and drop the puck, circling around and heading in, Bailey Roop off on the far side. Near side is Megan Berg. And with the last moment of conversation, here comes Bailey Roop to stand in and handle the faceoff against Moorhead's Annie Krieg, and we are underway. Play comes to the near side and ripped back, and it's played now by Bemidji out of their own end. Long play comes up along the near wall, turned around, and here's the walk in by Megan Berg. And she got closing in on the play, got ridden off the play, and it comes out now for Bria Holm. Winds up and carries it down low, goes backhand, and it's swept away. Nice slide across the crease by Ava Myrie to keep it away. A loose puck out at center. Deflected up into the air and play back down again, and it works its way near side. And onto the stick then it comes of Zoe Fayette. To the near side, and it's tipped away. The Spuds reach in and pull the puck away, handle it along the near wall before it's deflected away. And then Kaylee Melquist had it for a moment before it's swept away, and it's a 2-on-1 break. Wind up in a shot that is wide, and the rebound against the base of the net got spun around and set out all the way, got set out, and the icing will be waved off. We're 1 minute into play as the Spuds set up a scoring chance now from behind the net. Rolling it to the near corner. Up against the wall they play as it's bottled up for the moment, and then the Lumberjacks reach in to pull it away. An outlet pass by Oster got deflected, and Strami comes up with a stick handle on it off to the far side before the Lumberjacks pick it up and send it in deep. All the way to the far corner. Behind the net it comes near side, backhanded out against the wall. Turnaround toss in by Lucy Wilson, and it ricochets out, rolling all the way back up ice. In pursuit, it's picked up by Molly McLean of Bemidji, and play continues on. And that's stolen off the far wall. The drop pass deflected into the corner, played all the way around, back now to the near side. First 2 minutes of play, there's been no scoring, and play continues on. We've had no shots on goal, a couple of good looks, but no shots on goal as a long pass comes out and got away from Ella Holm. All the way down, and behind the net, Molly McLean again there to pick it up, sends it up on top, trying an outlet pass, and it was deflected. Spuds there to pick it up to the point. Here's Dronen taking a look. She shoots, it's wide, bounced it away, backhand try again, rolls it down against the base of the net. Some good scoring opportunities here lately.
Yeah, good pace set by both teams actually, and the Spuds had a couple chances here. It was nice to see they started all five seniors starting the game out there, and now they're settling in a little back to their normal lines.
No wonder I had some confusion as to it.
Yeah, well, it happens, and I like that they did a tribute to those young ladies. That was fantastic.
Off the face-off, it goes behind the Bemidji net. Rolls back now near side. Scrambled for it there. The reach in, it's pulled away by Bailey Roop. Off to the far side. And then it's taken away at the point. Spuds with some domination here in the offensive zone. A reach into the corner as it's tipped loose and it's pulled in and deflected away. A moment for Olivia Corton before it is knocked out of her stick, and back it comes near side all the way rink wide and just ahead of Taylor Bjerke. It got knocked away from her, and the Spuds come up with it. Here's Holm. Bria Holm brings it across the line. Stick handles her way deep into the near corner. Bria Holm taking a look out at the point. She is upended. Defense is upended, and play continues against the wall. Here comes the look now by Roop on her way to the blue line. Stick handling her way, keeping it under control, then had it poked away from behind, and the Spuds there to pick up the loose puck, send it out to center ice. Chased down to the far side, Olivia Corton giving pursuit, knocked away there and back into the zone. Spuds changing. Return pass comes to Strami. Annika Strami turning it around. And right at the blue line, managing to hang on to it as Melquist comes up with it. And down low, it's pulled away. And a nice poke check by Millie Canott. All the way up. It comes rolling all the way down. Spuds tracking it down. And here's Annika Strami along the near side. Down deep in the corner. The big collision there on a pursuit and hit by Kelsey Clute of Moorhead, tying the play, and it squirts loose. Clute to track it down, and the outlet pass goes out to the far side, but does not clear the zone, and now the Spuds are able to get it back on their stick and send it up ice. They'll continue to play on as it rolls in, and that brings up an icing call. 13:48 to go. We are playing here in the first period with no scoring.
Yeah, I like the way both teams are coming out, skating hard, competing. It's good to see. This could be a good three-period hockey game the way it's starting.
Always fun when the two teams that are playing are competitive, when we expect nothing less. I don't care if it's girls hockey, boys hockey, football, or baseball. In Moorhead and Bemidji, it's going to be a battle. As we go off to the far side and deep into the corner. Played now behind the net. Moorhead trying to reach out and bring it along the near wall. The bounce ball comes off the wall, but it over-bounced, and then in pursuit, it's picked up. And the Spuds' Olivia Dronan walks her way in. Well, Olivia Dronan shoots it wide, bouncing hard off the glass and out to center ice. It comes all the way. Deep down in the near corner, Kate Kozabud working her way to the far corner, brings it back now near side for Olivia Dronan. She takes a look up ice and handles her way up and passes onto the far side, but a hard pass off the stick got deflected, and the loose play comes back. Moorhead recovering from behind and pick it off and head on the return. Long play to the blue line. She's in. She'll have to step out of the area. Ellie Laban back on side. Spuds are back on side as the shot comes all the way down. Let's see if that gets recorded as an, I don't know that that'll be an actual shot on goal. It was a shot, but not on goal. And so there are still zeros all the way around the scoreboard as the Spuds work their way in, tapping it down low. Another good look right close in. Play up on top for Ellie Feeney. Her shot is hard and it bounces off the footsteps. On her way back up ice, it just got away from Elizabeth Oster. Play comes all the way down, rolling off to the side and played off to the side by Myrie. And it comes back now near corner. 12:24 to go in the opening period. Looking for the game's first counter as the two teams have been figuring each other out. As play comes out now to the point for Feeney. The return, Krieg had it knocked away, recovered by the Lumberjacks, and here comes the rush up ice. Off to the far side and a quick throw down low. Strami there to pick it up. She's bottled up for a moment, comes back down near side. Up against the wall and play continues on. Players go spinning around and then back on their skates. It's picked up by the Spuds. Arcing it off to the far side, Olivia Corton. Throws it up into the air and it comes down and just kept in, but then it comes sneaking out of the zone as the Spuds are able to reclaim it, and a little touch pass ahead comes near side for Bria Holm. Down into the corner, Melquist trying to hook up with Holm as she circles back to offer some help along the wall. Here's the look in now by Dronan. The return pass comes bouncing off the wall and out to center ice, and once again the Spuds defensively coming up with a strong play by Bria Holm, forcing the turnover, and it's thrown all the way up ice. They're going to say no icing, and play continues on. Good pursuit down low from behind Bailey Roop, and the Spuds are able to pull it away from her and head up with a long pass for Lucy Wilson. Where's a centering pass just ahead, and the Spuds misfire on a golden opportunity down low, and at the point rolls out in front, and in the blue ice, it's still available. It's tapped away, and a good cover up in the crease, but play continues on. And making sure that the net stays in place, the Spuds, again, Mitch had a great opportunity with play right in the crease area.
Yeah, really good chance there for Moorhead. Good. They're just working hard and just doing a great job in the offensive zone and putting pressure on Bemidji.
And in that little scrum in front of the net, 3 shots from Moorhead went on goal. And it's still 0-0 on the scoreboard, and we're seeing everything we thought we would.
Yeah, Annie Krieg had a chance last time, got that first shot, and then this shift here followed up by Malquist, and great pass by Lucy Wilson, and just a little bit too far in front of Malquist to finish the deal. But good opportunities for his Spud, and Bailey Rupp is really stranded out on the Bemidji side, who's done a nice job.
With a face-off now to the far side. 10:28 remaining on the dot, out to the point. Here's the look in from there. Dish down deep into the corner, rolls it back. Here's Ella Holmes sending it up, and it got all the way out. Comes all the way up ice. And played back now to Clute. Tapped away from her. Spuds with some good support. Play it back along the near side, and it's picked up by Ella Holm. Onto the near side, carrying it down, wind up in a shot, deflected up and away. She was going for the corner. She had about 3 inches in order to get the puck in and just did miss it high and away. Play continues down on the ice as it's tapped by Clute. Up against the wall, and it comes bouncing out. Spuds track it down. And from there, Taylor Bruschi sends it off to the far side. She'll head off. The recovery on the far side by Ellie Laban. She walks her way in, let the puck escape right out in front where it's taken back now by Bemidji. And that brings our clock down to the 9:35 mark as play continues in the near corner. As they work it along the wall, players go down, play continues on. We've got an arm up and a whistle blowing. That brings us to a penalty call, our first of the night.
Yeah, Bria Holmes going to go off there for a cross check, just trying to be aggressive and making a play, and just got her stick up a little bit high and knocked actually a couple of Bemidji players to the ice. So we'll see our first power play here for Bemidji.
See what they have to offer in the art of using an extra skater. The Spuds, of course, shorthanded now with just the 4 skaters, will set up their defensive ploy. And we'll drop the puck again.
You know, and that's something that's really been hurting Moorhead lately. They gave up 3 power play goals against Andover and a couple against Warroad. Just in their losses, they need to tighten that up a little bit and stay out of the box.
Well, we'll see how things pursue as it goes in on goal, swept away by Taylor Crescent. Her first save of the evening. Play goes to the far side. Down deep into the corner. Played out to the point. And out to center ice. The Spuds in pursuit, pull it loose. It's 2-on-1. Wind up and a shot is high. Shot is away and it comes bouncing out to the near side. Returned into the corner. Spuds getting shorthanded but are in the attack zone. In the corner, got turned around briefly. Looking to hook up with Kozubad out at the point. She reaches down. The puck bounces free and out to center ice. Here come the Lumberjacks on a 3-on-1 break before it's tapped away and recovered far wall. Rain behind the net, it bounces. Back to the Lumberjacks up on front, and it got all the way through. To the far side, played now by Millie Canat. Winds up in a shot blocked, and the save made by Taylor Crescent. The most opportune of the evening, or passes of the evening by Bemidji, came up just off the stick of Taylor Crescent, and play continues on as once again they set it up. Play to the near side with 8:14 to go and 50 seconds remaining on the Moorhead penalty. Dished off to the far corner. Drop it down low, and it's played by Olivia Dronin. Out to the far side, tapped out of the zone, but the Lumberjacks are back waiting as Zoe Fayette comes up with it and brings it near side. All the way to the wall. The Spuds are there to put a stick on it. Tapped away by Olivia Dronin. Play came in safely. Here's a wide up and a shot just wide. A good look in on goal by Bella Webb. And the rebound comes all the way to the near corner. 17 seconds left on the power play. Out to the far side, the Spuds reach in but can't control play. And it's tapped out to the point. Now they take a look in. Up high in the slot. As it's pushed off to the side, Zoe Fayette comes up with it. Taken away from her in the corner by Lucy Wilson, and it rings around to the far side. Moorhead is at full strength. The penalty has expired and play into the far corner as the Spuds will try to, and there's the late whistle. Well, we had another, I think, did we see another penalty on that play? It appeared like there was going to be one, but I think
it was shot to the bench off that corner, so the faceoff's going to come down to the right of Crescent. You know, you look at 2 golden opportunities by Bemidji that they created into 2-on-1s and just weren't able to. Either Crescent made a good save or they missed wide. So great power play really there by Bemidji.
So the 2 goaltenders standing tall early on to keep the game scoreless. 7:08 to go. We're past the halfway mark of the opening period. Here's the walk-up by Taylor Brewski. And just as she was ready to pull the trigger, had it pushed away. Spuds pick it up at the point, and here's Kelsey Clute down near corner. Back up against the wall. Clute taking a look. It bounces over her stick and all the way up ice. And in a rush, it goes down to Ellie Feeney. And from behind the net, backhands her way near side. Here's Feeney, tracks it down, lifts it off the wall. Ella home with it, pursuing it off to the far side, picked up by Ellie Laban. They battle for it at the blue line before it's turned away, and it comes rolling in on goal. That one is turned aside. Both teams making team changes with 6:25 remaining. Along the near side, it's dished up against the wall. Scrambled after, Ella Home comes up with it briefly, then has to track it down, feeds it down to Kozubad. To the far side, the outlet pass, it just was behind the intended player as Olivia Corton was waiting for it. It went behind her. And up ice, it is sent out of play, and that stops the clock. 6:06 to go, 0-0 on the board.
Pretty quick 11 minutes here. You know, we started a little late, but I think we've caught up on time.
Time for that.
Lots of places for Larry to be, but it has been a good period, fast moving by both teams. So
play is down as it rolls all the way up ice. Tracked down by the Spuds. Kozubad got turned around, left it behind her, poked off to the far side, tapped up against the wall. Spuds reaching in for it there. And it comes back, and here's the escape to center ice. It is 3-on-2, and the walk-in comes from Olivia Dronin. Down deep in the corner, centering pass. Tapped up into the air, trying to get the direction, and it's chased down on the far side by Megan Berg of Bemidji. The return comes all the way near side, and it's one-on-one. Now the backhand pass down low got deflected behind the net. Chased down there. Off to the far side, it comes back out. Nice job of stick handling momentarily by Roop. And then the loose puck is picked up, and the Spuds have it one-on-one. To the near side backhand, shot, fanned on the shot attempt, rebound up on top. All the way back down near side as play continues on as Dronen sends one in. All the way to the far corner, and it rolls out against the wall. Down deep it goes. 5 minutes remaining as we play here in the first period at Moorhead Sports Center. A well-played first period of hockey between these two exceptional girls teams. Down deep into the corner, and that brings a whistle and a stop and play.
Yep, Selville got tripped up there, and the Spuds are going to get the first look at their power play here as number 21, Madison Nisler, is going to go to the box for 2 minutes for tripping, and the Spuds will have an opportunity to see what they can do on the power play.
So Madison Nisler has taken her spot, and the face-off in the Bemidji zone. To the far side, the glove side of goaltender Ava Myrie. 4:46, clock is underway. The play comes on top for Kozabud. Near side, now back to Kozabud. Little tap pass up against the wall. It comes back, and Kozabud will take it off to the open sheet and send a shot in that bounced up into the air and comes down on the ice and back now near side, up high in the slot. Working out to the far side, wind up centering pass, walking on her way in, got deflected away. Good defensive job by Bella Webb to steer it away from harm's way. And the Spuds out at center ice pick it up, and a centering pass coming all the way through. Back up against the wall with 4:09 to go. Here's a look at the far point. Moorhead winding up, shot just wide, taking basically some pot shots here early on in this power play chance. Deep in the corner. Up on top, Kozabud. Near side, Bria Holm walks her way in to shoot. It's lifted up, and she just missed the crossbar.
Yeah, Bemidji's stepping up and trying to put some pressure on Kozabud, and it's opening up some great shooting lanes for both Holm and Brewski, and they both had opportunities for some good shots. Bria just ripped one a little bit high, and I think Brewski's was a little wide on the previous one, but good setup here by the Spuds.
1:04 now showing on the Moorhead power play as it is drawn off to the side. Ricochets all the way to the far corner. Moorhead with a stick at it, keeping it in. And now it escapes the zone and comes back out to center ice. Moorhead regrouping there as Olivia Dronen walks away to the blue line, leaves it for Brewski. Tapped away, far side, the battle continues. And out near the point, it's up against the wall. Now the escape, and it comes near side. Bria Holm got in the way to slow play down, and the Spuds lose it at the blue line. And here's the attack now by the Lumberjacks. It is poked away just as they were ready to turn it around. And with 3:11 now in the period, it goes all the way down and off to the far side, and play comes back. Turned in by Bailey Roop. Down low as the Spuds pull it away. Nice soft pass near side, picked up by Holm. Ella Holm walks her way in. Backhand pass, and it was just between the two players, and the Spuds will have to regroup now with 2:49 remaining. Time on the penalty has expired. Bemidji is at full strength. Both teams play on. From behind, here's the look up ice. Wind up in a long pass ahead. It comes all the way down and will ricochet to the corner where it's picked up by Samantha Nisler. Tapped away, and it comes up on top. Here's the walk up now by Lucy Wilson. Carries it in. Wilson goes wide. Her shot blocked up into the air. Brought back down near side and into the corner. 2:18 to go in the opening period. 0-0 on the board as play comes back by Bemidji. And to the near side, Naomi Johnson. Walking her way down. Here's a tap and a good. That may have been considered. That would have to be considered probably the most likely to go in, but it did not. It hit some skates, hit some sticks, and play goes on.
Nice save there by Crescent.
All the way back up ice. Tap down deep in the corner. It spins away. Comes behind the net, back down near side. And out all the way through center. Picked up back in the zone by Anna Kostrami. Returning it rink wide. 1:38 to go in the period. Annie Krieg. And she takes a look, winds up and sends a long pass near side. It's deflected ahead. Spuds battle for it. It came in, but I think it was offside. That's been taken away now as the Lumberjacks play it back out. Kelsey Clute sends it far side. The return to Brea home. She takes a look, sends it up into the slot, and it's tapped away. The Spuds keep it in the zone, however. Nice recovery in by Olivia Dronen. Sends it down deep in the corner. It bounces over the stick of Annie Krieg. 1 minute remaining here in the opening period. Play to the near corner as they battle forward along the wall. There's been no scoring to this point as play goes down and tapped up against the wall. From there, the Spuds pull it in. Olivia Dronen sends it off to the far side, all the way down and picked up by the Lumberjacks' Maya Lundin. Working it behind the net. Back now to the near side. Up against the wall, scrambled forward there, and it's handled by Maya Lundin once again as she tries to take control. 34 seconds and counting down as the Lumberjacks break out of the zone and pass it out to center ice, and it's tapped away and back in again. They're going to waving off the offside. Spuds working hard to get it back again. Here's Olivia Dronen. Tried to tap it ahead, and it's taken back. Sticks go flying. Play continues on. That extra stick now chased down by Billy Connaught. Counting down from 10 as the Lumberjacks set it up behind the net, working it near side. Scramble back into the corner. We're down at 4, and that will put us into the locker room as the battle continues at the goal mouth. We'll be back in recap after 2 minutes. You're listening to the Spuds and the Lumberjacks. And after one period of play, it's Moorhead nothing and Bemidji nothing.
Natural talent, physical gifts, training advantages. To become a champion, none of that matters. True champions are the ones who are comfortable working harder, staying later, and finding that competitive edge. They are never satisfied simply doing a good job, because those who transform themselves from local talent into local folklore are the ones who continually perform beyond their limits. Bell Bank, proudly supporting champions everywhere.
We are The Breakdown. For almost 2 decades, we've published the most comprehensive yearbooks on Minnesota high school sports and run the best in-season and off-season events. We cover every corner of the state. We are The Breakdown.
Before I became a real boy, life was easy. I just sat there doing sandwich stuff. But being alive is so hard. So if you don't want to get up to get a sandwich, you shouldn't have to.
We asked the team how we should celebrate the $2 million given to CASASA members last year. Dana wanted us to hire a marching band. Amanda thought that we should drop 2 million balloons. And Kevin, well, Kevin always wants to use the money gun. Steve thought, well, what if we just said it?
Last year, First Community Credit Union gave $2 million in CASASA rewards.
Well, an evenly skated first period of hockey that saw Bemidji put 5 shots on goal. Taylor Crescent recording 5 saves. And the Spuds putting 4 shots on goal. 3 of them coming in one little flurry right in front of the net. Ava Myrie continues solid in net as she picks up 4 saves in that first period. Nothing wrong with either team as what they'll be talking about in the locker room.
No, I think both teams had chances in that period. I would say, Bemidji's best chances were on the power play, and then they had one after that where Crescent made a nice pad save that, probably went unnoticed by some, but it was a really good save to keep it out of there. And then the Spuds had a couple chances. I think for them, probably their shots are probably limited by probably misses Larry than anything. They've had a few more shots attempted. But again, when we're missing high and wide and a little bit to the side, I think maybe Brewski's got a little part of the maybe crossbar or maybe hit in the upper part of the goalie. It was tough to tell in the one shot about halfway through the period. But, both teams are skating hard and their best players are playing fairly well.
What we are seeing is an evidence of what we expected to see and we'll continue during the second and third periods. We've got a great one brewing.
Yeah, I think I don't think anything's going to change here. I think the effort from the young Bemidji team was up and coming, and I think they're sitting in about third place in the section. So nothing surprising us up here.
We have 8 minutes before we return to drop the puck for start of the second period. Hope that you'll rejoin us after this timeout. 8 minutes from now, it is Moorhead nothing and Bemidji nothing.
Revive Professional Massage Therapy Clinic. Locally owned and operated. Open 7 days a week, day, evening, and same-day appointments available. Couples massages also available. 20 highly trained professional licensed massage therapists on staff. Now with 2 locations, South Fargo and Detroit Lakes. Offering online booking and online gift certificates. www.reviveprofessionalmassage.com.
is a small business owner. She is swamped. Pam knows she needs to advertise, but is overwhelmed by all the options. What if there was a way for Pam to have access to a team of media experts? What if this was at no extra cost and didn't require a contract? Meet Avenue Right. Save time, money, and get peace of mind that your advertising dollars are well spent.
Boss DXT snowplows are tough to beat. Featuring dual trip tech, flared wings, and optional D-force for improved scraping and backdragging performance. Choose from 3 different sizes in steel, stainless steel, and poly. The Boss DXT is built to restore order.
Your home for Boss snowplows is Bert's Truck Equipment on Highway 75 North in Moorhead.
We asked the team how we should celebrate the $2 million given to CASASA members last year. Ben wanted to spread the news with the help of an airplane. Jen thought we should celebrate by giving everyone a cake. And Eric wanted to make it into a movie.
$2 million.
Steve thought, well, what if we just said it?
Last year, First Community Credit Union gave $2 million in CASASA rewards.
Valley Alignment and Auto Repair has provided the FM area with vehicle service and repairs since 1978. They perform your vehicle's service needs from oil changes and brakes to transmission and engine rebuilds. Valley Alignment and Auto Repair is a proud sponsor of Spuds Athletics and wish all the athletes and families a great 2022-23 school year and sports season.
To show up to work every day, it's not a job. It's not just a paycheck. It ultimately is a way of life. And to add that extra smile in someone's day is what gets me to work every day. And in return, to just receive those smiles and those thank yous or those squeezes of your hand is so meaningful. And it really brings me back every day.
Natural talent, physical gifts, training advantages. To become a champion, none of that matters. True champions are the ones who are comfortable working harder, staying later, and finding that competitive edge. They are never satisfied simply doing a good job, because those who transform themselves from local talent into local folklore are the ones who continually perform beyond their limits. Bell Bank, proudly supporting champions everywhere.
We are The Breakdown. For almost 2 decades, we've published the most comprehensive yearbooks on Minnesota high school sports and run the best in-season and off-season events. We cover every corner of the state. We are The Breakdown.
From Moorhead Sports Center, one period has been put into the books, and without a score at 0-0 it is. And shots have been at a premium, just 5-on-4. Moorhead pushing, or rather, Bemidji pushing 5 shots in on Taylor Crescent, who has really been challenged just one time, but at the other end of the ice, likewise, Ava Myrie has also been challenged basically that one time.
Yeah, I mean, both goalies have done what they've had to do, and I think both teams have limited the other team's opportunities to get shots to the net. And you know, each team's had a power play and came up empty, so it's pretty even if you look statistically.
When it's played that evenly on the ice, you know that the difference in the outcome tonight will be decided by just an inch or so.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. You know, obviously getting an opportunity to watch Moorhead more than Bemidji, but Moorhead has had a really strong second periods of the last bunch of games, of course, during their 6-game win streak, and it'll be interesting to see what happens here. And I know Bemidji's not going to back off, so this is a big game for them, a good opportunity for them to jump up and show that they're a real threat for that section tournament.
Being the home favorite, the Spuds on their home ice tonight, you have to overcome that. By that I mean the opponent tonight, that being Bemidji. You overcome that idea that you're taking on a team on their home ice and get on top of your game, and they did that in that first period. They settled things down to their own liking.
Absolutely, and I think we talked about it right away that you know their thrill would be a 2-1 game, right? Just they don't score a ton of goals, but they play obviously good defense. They keep Moorhead for the most part to the outside, and I would say they got to be pretty happy with at least the start here, and the Spuds. You know, we'll see what happens here. Like I said,
it's all we can do. We're watching on. We're just enjoying what we're looking at here tonight.
Exactly.
So for this second period, Ava Myrie has got her ice all set and ready to play. She's heading for a last visit with her teammates at side ice. Meanwhile, Taylor Crescent of Moorhead doing the same. She has her ice all set and ready, and has joined her teammates as they get ready to start the second period. A reminder that those of you in the Fargo-Moorhead area We'll be joining the Moorhead girls basketball game with Alexandria in progress at the completion of our girls hockey game here tonight. And we also invite you to go to your favorite spot on media to find out how the Spud boys are doing tonight. They are in East Grand Forks. That's a 7:30 drop of the puck there. So play is underway, and the battle forward is tipped into the zone by Bemidji and chased down behind the net, played back now on the near side. It got away from Annie Krieg, dished out to center, returned. Krieg there to pull it in and works it along the wall near side, stays with it, got to the blue line, then got double teamed and had it turned away. The loose puck picked up by Maya Lundeen of Bemidji. Backhanded down low, all the way down to the far corner. That gives the Lumberjacks a chance to make their change early on as the play comes out. And a long pass got deflected away, forced to Lundeen to pick it up. She backpedals down into the corner before sending it back along the wall. And then the return down low. Spuds go after it, loose puck on the ice. Play back now to the near side and out to the point where Dronen takes a look. Dronen sends it out to the far side, wind up, no. Now the toss down deep into the corner. They'll try it from there, throwing up against the base of the net. The rebound goes right up against the corner, and it's kept in control, kept in tension by Ava Myrie to stop play.
Yeah, nice shift there by Annie Krieg, getting a couple opportunities, at least trying to make plays, get it into, get it to the net or get in somebody else's hands to have a good opportunity for Moorhead.
1 minute into the second, and it's 0-0. Face off far side of Myrie as she works it down to the corner. And on the draw, it comes back up. Here's a wraparound try, blocked and saved and kicked out and then covered up. Myrie, a very alert play in the goal mouth as she stopped the shot coming in from the Spuds.
Yeah, great opportunity there by Moorhead, but even a better save there by Myrie as she was equal to the task and was able to eat that one up without any problems there.
That puts the face-off to her glove side, near side of the arena as we look on. No scoring so far. And the play comes down to the near corner, pulled out of there, sent off rink wide. And here come the Lumberjacks. An outlet pass taken back by the Spuds at center. Toss ahead along the near wall. Battle for it comes to Strami. To the far side, down deep into the far corner. Centering pass, ends up with Strami, winds up and sends it in. Blocked away by Myrie. Comes back down the near side and up against the wall. Here's Strami with another try. Nearly took out one of her own players as Ella Holm just did dash out of the way. Back to the near side and out looking for a play to the point, but as the pass was thrown, the whistle has blown.
I'm not sure what the call is going to be. Taylor Bruschi picked her stick up twice, and the Bemidji player lost her footing, so we'll see what he calls here, but he's going to call a check. I don't know that there was body contact, but good call, I guess, and Bemidji will get their opportunity for their second power play.
Early on, second period, Taylor Bruschi for checking. And the play goes down as the Spuds pick it up and head out. Out of the zone and out to center, just ahead and behind. Ella Laban chases it to the corner. Picked up by Megan Berg of Bemidji, and it comes rolling out, kept in at the blue line, barely. Tossed down to the far corner where it's picked up by Millie Connaught. And tossed back down. So on that check-in call, the Spuds still have 1:29 remaining without Taylor Bruschi. Play goes down to the corner. Berg there picks it up, sends it out, and it got all the way out and through. Here's the pursuit. Moorhead's Olivia Corton got there, but let it go past the end line. That's an icing call. The Spuds have the advantage of having the face-off in their offensive zone.
Yeah, as good as Bemidji was on that first power play, Moorhead's done a great job of kind of controlling it here and keeping it down in that Bemidji end. So we'll see what happens because Bemidji now has their top skaters out there, and they were real good on that first power play opportunity with two good chances.
Drawn out to the point. Moorhead tapping it up against the wall. Chased down behind the net, played now near side. Winding it up on top for Strami. Returned on the near side for Bria Holm. She goes down on her backside and the play comes loose, but the Spuds are there to pick it up. Winding her way around, Olivia Corton sends it down low, and the rebound is put back out all the way out to the point. Then it hit a skate and deflected away. Spuds on the return, but can't clear the zone, and it comes back now to Berg. on her way in. Stick handle her way down, and the Spuds cleaning it up momentarily and then get it back and do clean up on the play as it comes out to center ice in a hurry. Return near side. Bria Holm walking her way in. Shot blocked. The return comes back and picked up by Bemidji. Long pass out to center. Grabbing it up, lifting it off the glass hard all the way around. Far corner. 20 seconds remaining on the Moorhead penalty. Spud skating short-handed down low. Play it off to the far side. The Lumberjacks try to pick it up. And a long pass returned rink wide. This one comes all the way down, just wide of the goal mouth, and that'll count for icing and stop play with 13:26 to go.
Yeah, a lot better job there on the penalty kill for Moorhead, and Bemidji just hasn't gotten a chance to get set up at all. And about 8 seconds left here on the Brewski penalty, and again, just nice job by Moorhead on the kill.
Face off to the far right side of Ava Myrie. And before the play gets underway, a late departure for Samantha Nisler. And she can't leave. Bemidji is the visiting team. They don't have the home ice advantage.
Yeah, that was pretty late after the fact, too. And I thought she was going for a conversation. I don't know if she thought they had too many people out of the way. She was hustling off.
Naomi Johnson then stands in to handle the faceoff and draws it behind the net. And as play goes there, it is picked up by the Spuds. The penalty has wound its way down. Here's a rebound, tap, and off to the near side. Another good look inside on the goal. Melquist picks it up. Had it poked away from her, but the Spuds are there. Dish down low and off to the far corner, goes down deep. Maddie Salvold had it for a moment, then reaches in from behind and pulls it loose and brings it back near side. Out to the point for Kozubud. Sends it wide. And it rebounds all the way out to the far side. Salvold with a stick on it, can't control, and it's dished away. Kozubud chasing it down. We'll have to stick handle it down deep and bring it back to the near side. Up against the wall now with 12:37 to go. The Spuds come 2-on-2. Here's a look by Melquist, and it slips off their skate. She reaches down low, looking for a tripping penalty. That won't come, and play continues on. Tap down low, walking her way in on her knees, walking her way in. And then finally lifted up and out of the zone. And with that, we'll have an icing whistle there. I was certain we were going to see a penalty on that last play.
It looks like there was a slippery spot there, Larry, because we had one from each team go down there. Malquist, I don't know. I don't know if she got tripped or just lost an edge there. And obviously, Dronin did lose an edge, had the puck underneath her. But yeah, I think maybe just a slick spot. That's about all I can say on that.
Coincidental slick spots.
Yeah, there you go. Perfect call.
Here we go, down deep in the corner. From behind, here's a wraparound. Shot on the way. It comes out to Strami. She winds up to send it in. Looking for the deflection. There's a shot. Looking for the puck. Where did it go? And it's waved down, and play stops. And as the pressure, offensive pressure from Moorhead, is getting closer and closer, but so far Ava Myrie has been able to stand in there and get the job done.
Oh, outstanding goaltending by that young lady. Brewski put one off the pads, couple rebounds, great opportunity for Moorhead, but holy cow, did she do a great job there. I think that's ace shot she's seen already in the first 5 minutes of the period.
Down near side as the Lumberjacks bring it out of the zone. Strami giving chase. She'll slide off to the side as it's picked up, and the Spuds bring it back now along the near wall. Up against and out to center ice. It's thrown up and out. It comes all the way down, and we'll take a trip back up ice for that icing whistle.
Yeah, Ellie Lamont just tried to get a stick on it, slid right by her, and it's going to come all the way back to the Spud zone. But again, can't say enough about Bemidji State and the goaltending, and kind of talked about it. If she can stand tall, they have as good a chance as anybody, and just a great job by her.
12 shots, Moorhead, 5 shots, Bemidji, no score either way. Off the face-off, the Spuds will bring it in with 2-on-1. Centering pass. Nice deflection on a poke check by Millie Connaught. Back it comes and played behind the net. Scrambling for the look. It comes right out top in the slot, and it's deflected away and rolls up ice. Will they call the icing? Yes. And that brings it back now to the near side of Bemidji goaltender Ava Myrie.
Yeah, good chance there by Ella Holmes. She tried to slide it by the defender and just caught her in the skates. And Elliot Bond woke up the boards there, and to no avail there for Moorhead. And Bemidji got a good clear there, and a face-off coming back towards the Bemidji end.
Still early, second period, no scoring. Play to the near side is Bria Holm. Backhanding it down, slips it off to the wall. Turned down low. Zoe Fayette has it. Brought back near side. Here's the walk up along the wall. Long pass out to Berg. Picks it up and sends it. He gets it on the return. She'll walk her way in, and her shot got lifted. Big collision down low. Fortunately, both players jumping right back up and ready to play. Here comes the outlet. The Spuds have a 3-on-1. Little tap pass ahead. Dished off to the far side, and it was just ahead of Bria Holm. Could not catch up to it. Picks up the loose puck and brings it out. Sends it through the crease and all the way near side. Up against the boards, and it's played back into the corner. And from there, Olivia Corton sends it back in there. It hits something on the way in. Deflected away. Play continues on as it bounces up. Spuds will have to touch up on the play. And we'll skate back now, and they touch up as the play goes back to Bemidji. And that long pass out of the zone. I don't know if all of these icing passes are being done purposely or if it's a matter of the course of the game.
You know, I just think they're just a little off on their passing. You know, they didn't make a change on that. I think just trying to get it clear, trying to catch that, trying to make the long pass, it looks like is what they're trying to do, Larry. But I think a lot of it is trying to relieve a little bit of the pressure from the Spuds, too. I think you're right on track there.
If that was a third period, we'd know for sure that that would be the case.
Yeah.
Here's the walk-in, tapping it away. The Bemidji defense has been absolutely stalwart here tonight. Here's a pass down low. Deflection. Kicked away by Myrie. Play continues on. Spuds up high in the slot. Send it off far side. Wind up and a look, and a shot goes behind the net. Rebound off to the near corner. Players go down. Play continues on. Lifted out of the zone and out to center ice where it's picked up by Kelsey Clute of Moorhead. And now Melquist. It's 2-on-1. Her shot goes up and deflected up and away in another opportunity. But great defensive efforts by Bemidji keeps this game at 0-0.
Yeah, Myrie's a heck of a goaltender. She's covering everything low and good hands and feet, and I'm just really impressed with her so far for Bemidji, especially in this period where she wasn't tested severely in the first.
To the far side, deep into the corner, Spuds tracking it down, trying to take control. It goes back to Bemidji as Millie Connaught plays it back near side. Now the outlet pass. The Spuds tie it up, but not for long as the walk-in comes. There's a shot into the air by Samantha Nisler. The rebound comes right down in front, leaving the backside open. It escapes. Lumberjacks track it down and rifle a shot in. Crescent feeds it away. The return goes off to the far side and played deep into the corner. Turnaround pass out there. And it's thrown back in, and Crescent has to put the glove on that one to haul it in. I'll tell you what, Bemidji has put a little extra jump in their skates.
Oh, the last minute they were better than Moorhead by far. They had a good opportunity there in 2-on-1. Again, a couple good short passes created the 2-on-1 and a great opportunity there by Bemidji and Crescent equal to the task.
Off the face-off, Moorhead to pick it up. 9 minutes remaining. We're just about halfway through this hockey game without a score, and it plays near side. Pulled down by the Lumberjacks, wind up on a shot sent on by Webb. Return near side, and Webb steers it up on top. Deflected into the slot. Pulled away there, and the Spuds have it. Along the near side and walking her way up, Olivia Dronen. To the corner. Deep in the corner, centering pass out to the point. Wind up on a shot lifted high. Back it comes now near side, and they'll wave off the icing as it comes rolling up. Kate Kozubot there to pick it up. Circling behind the net. Kozubot takes a look and begins her advance, and then had the pass slip away, picked up by Lundeen, and a battle for the possession continues before it's thrown ahead and ricochets all the way down in as Moorhead makes their change with Zoe Fayette bringing it back to the near corner. The Spuds step in and force some controversy down low before they come up with the loose puck. Up on top, shot and a block and a save. There it was, another open look and a quick read by Ava Myrie. Got back in position just in time, and we are still scoreless.
You know, Ellie, I'm going to say both their names wrong. Ella Holm gets a nice pass out to Ellie LeBon, but no rebound at all by Myrie. What a great job by her. Golden opportunity there by Moorhead. But
when a shot is thrown on that hard, you got to feel it's going to come back out into play.
You know, and there was nothing there at all. Great job by her.
She using a pillow?
You know, these new pads are funny because they seem to tip them and they stick right underneath it, and it's just amazing that you can get that good a rebound control.
7:35 remaining. No scoring here through midway part of the second period. In the near corner. Battle for it there. Out to the point. Wind up in a shot. Steered away by Crescent. Picked up by Strami. 3-on-2 to the line. Krieg brings it in on a backhand. The return taken back by Bemidji, and the walk up ice. All the way to the far side, wind up in a shot, rolls in on Crescent, steering that one away. Back it comes, wandering along the wall, then tapping it ahead. It comes all the way down.
Yeah, she had to get.
And the icing, she had to get rid of that one.
Yeah, she needed another 10 feet to earn that one, and I think she thought someone was going to break there. But looking back to you know, some of the saves that the goaltender from Bemidji has made has been good. And Crescent, you know, doing her job. Been a good hockey game so far.
Almost identical shots on goal. Moorhead with 3 more shots, 13-10. Neither team has scored, and play continues in the far corner. Tapped out to the wall, and it escapes. Jumping over the stick of Millie Canot. In pursuit, Addie Salvavold got there to slow play down and stop play. Tied up against the wall, and the centering pass got knocked loose, and Samantha Nisler comes up with it. With the outlet, it comes near side, up against the wall. The return goes wide of the crease and all the way around, rink wide. It escapes the zone as Kozaba took a whack at it. Picked up by Samantha Nisler. And the return comes near side. Play goes upended, but no call made, and play continues on. Up to the near side here. It goes all the way down and in the near corner play. Pulled back up in a centering pass right into the crease, and it's lifted up, and it comes out of the zone out to center ice. A quick turnaround there by Bemidji, taken back. Olivia Dronen walks her way through the zone and to the near side, gives it off to Salvavold. Down deep in the corner, tap back to the near corner and up against the wall. Looking for possession on the play. It is knocked away loose, and Dronen comes up with it, steering it away. It comes out and pulled down by Bella Webb, and Bemidji comes on the attack on the long shot that got deflected off the stick and comes rolling down to the near side. Spuds on the return quickly. To the far side, here's a walk up and a shot blocked. Straight on. That's one of the few shots from that distance. And really, I mean, as tough as it looked, it was a clear shot save for Ava Myrie.
Yeah, pretty easy for that young lady. But a good shot there. Any shot's a good shot, and Ella Holm had a good look, and equal to the task was Myrie.
5:25 remaining. Play comes up on top, tapped away. Spuds take another look at it before it's pulled away and sent out. All the way down and all the way to the far corner. And once again, icing is called. So I'm thinking that the icing calls we've seen as a result of what they're trying to set up, and that is some long-distance scoring opportunities.
Yeah, I think they're trying to do a little bit of cross-ice pass, and that's where the lane was, but there just wasn't anybody home, and obviously that one missed by quite a bit. But you know, I think if they can spring somebody for a 2-on-1 is what they're trying to do there.
Out to the near point, sent back in by Strami to the area. In the corner, they battle for it. Here's a centering pass, tipped down low, just missed on the deflection. Picked up by Taylor Brewski, carries it to the near corner. She's bottled up there. Brewski reaching in, holds it loose and sends it back into play, picked up by Maya Lundeen of Bemidji. From there, it escapes the zone. Spuds tracking it down, have it poked away. That sets up a 1-on-1. And then it slid off her stick, and Berg comes near side to pick it up, sending it in to traffic. It is steered away. Bounced up in off the plexiglass, and play goes back into the corner. And from there, we watch on. As they scramble after it, it's behind the net. Off to the far side now as we look for possession on the play. The Spuds spot it first and have an outlet pass near side, but can't clear the zone. Steered right back into play by Molly McLean. And Moorhead right next to the goal mouth before pulling it loose and steer it off to the near wall, and it bounces all the way out high in the slot, deflected out to center ice. Bemidji will have to touch up as it comes near side. Here's the return now by the Lumberjacks. A wind up on a hard shot, but sent knee high. Bailey Roop had a good look in on that one, but a clear sailing shot that was easily saved.
Yeah, pretty easy deal there. Just an outside shot. Roop doing a good job, and she's been moving all night, and I'm really impressed with her. Both ends of the ice does a nice job for Bemidji.
3:55 now showing. Second period of play, 0-0. Off to the far side. Moorhead tracing it, tapping it, recovering it on the far side of the arena before it's dished out to center ice. Taken back on a heads-up play, very knowledgeable play by Annie Krieg. To the near side, it's dished ahead. The Lumberjacks kick it off to the far corner and recover it there. The outlet pass kept in at the blue line. Now Millie Connaught. And this one is picked off by Olivia Dronen. Shoots, blocks, save, rebound off to the side. Whistle stops play.
Again, great rebound control. There isn't a lot of extra stuff there, and Corton was trying to get on the rebound. There just wasn't anything there. Great job by Wyrie. Good pick off by Olivia Dronen as she picked one off and did a step around and had a great opportunity. But again, not a lot of second chances.
The puck will be dropped with 3:15 remaining. Drawn to the near corner. Tapped off to the far side, just ahead of Zoe Fayette. Kicked out to center ice, so the Spuds are in heavy pursuit. Tracking it down, carries it behind the net, using the net as protection, and cycling back up on the near side. All the way through comes Kate Kozubet. Takes it deep into the near corner, centering pass tapped in, and that one is blocked away. Oh my, big time from Ava Myrie. Here it comes back down near side and up high in the slot. It was just thrown high and wide and ricochets out to center ice. Kate Kozubet on the return. To the blue line and in. As the play continues on, the Spuds are in the zone. Tapped away from Lamar, or from Krieg rather, and it comes near side. Moorhead reaching in from behind to pull it away. Olivia Dronen works her way to the blue line and in. Off to the far side, centering pass. There's the tap in, just wide. I'm not sure that Myrie had a chance to even get a stick on that one. It was just wide enough to miss entirely. And back up ice, the Spuds pick it up again. Here's another centering pass by Olivia Dronen that got steered away. Spuds are starting to load things up here down the stretch run of the second period. 2 minutes now showing. On to the near wall. And then outlet pass goes all the way rink wide. Tapped ahead, it goes back into the zone, taken back by Bemidji. The Spuds out at center ice reclaim it, and they'll have to track it down here with the return by Lucy Wilson off to the far side. 1:38 and clock running. Second period here at Moorhead Sports Center. This one had a touch, and so the icing waved off, and the play goes down low. Centering pass again, deflected away and pulled out of the mixture by Molly McLean, and it goes deep into the far corner. It bounces back out, and Annika Strami throws that one up, and it's knocked down and recovered by Bailey Roop. She'll wander her way through across the blue line. Roop goes down low and shots it on hard. Blocked away by Crescent. 1 minute remaining in the second period, in a game that has seen no scoring as they skate evenly up all the way through. As they take a look along the wall, the Spuds pull it down. They'll walk to the blue line. Here's Addie Salvovold wandering her way in, stick-handing it down low, backhand shot. No, it got blocked away, then covered up. And again, there's no rebound coming off the mitts of Ava Myrie.
Yeah, not getting a lot of second chances with her in the net. She's done a great job, but you know, looking back over the last, we haven't had a break for about 3 minutes, but Dronen's just seeing the ice, making some nice passes that just haven't quite connected. But Myrie has been equal to the task. And Bemidji in the second half of this period has played pretty even up again with Moorhead. I think Moorhead had a better opportunities early on, but Bemidji's had some as of late. So
43 seconds remaining in the period. Moorhead looking for that first goal. Tapped off to the far side, wind up, shot sent on, blocked away. Myrie, recovery behind the net. Spuds will line it up again. Here's Kozubet up on top, wristing it down low. Into traffic, it got knocked away. You can hear the sound like it might have clinked off a helmet. Centering pass comes up on top and all the way out. Moorhead's goaltender Taylor Crescent plays it back out to center ice. Now the return comes near sides. Laban. Ellie Laban centering pass, walking up the slot, deflected away. And with that up at the point, wind up and a shot from there, got knocked away loose on the way in. And that brings us to the end of the second period. A recap of this and more when we return. After a 2-minute timeout, we'll be back with the score at the Moorhead Sports Center. Spuds, nothing. Lumberjacks, nothing.
Before I became a real boy, life was easy. I just sat there doing sandwich stuff. But being alive is so hard. So if you don't want to get up to get a sandwich, you shouldn't have to.
We asked the team how we should celebrate the $2 million given to Casasa members last year. Dana wanted us to hire a marching band. Amanda thought that we should drop 2 million balloons. And Kevin, well, Kevin always wants to use the money gun. Steve thought, well, what if we just said it?
Last year, First Community Credit Union gave $2 million in Casasa rewards.
Welcome back to Moorhead Sports Center. Teams are in the locker room as we get ready for this intermission chat, as we have seen basically a repeat of what we saw in period number 1.
Yeah, you know, I think Moorhead had a good jump there to start that first half of the period and had the better looks. And then Bemidji had a good pushback from about that 9-minute in. And then the Spuds kind of turned it a little bit. But, you know, some of the players that have stood out for Bemidji, obviously the goaltender, Myrie's been outstanding. And then Roop's been equally as good offensively for them, creating some chances. And then on the Moorhead side, you know, you look at Dronen had some great setups and just a lot of different people that are playing hard for Moorhead. Just, again, not getting a lot of second chances on either end, and that's to the betterment because of the goaltending.
What kind of things can we look forward to in the third?
You know, I don't think you're going to see anything really different.
We heard that in the first intermission.
Well, I say this because I think if Moorhead presses, Bemidji's is going to have more chances if they get a little uptight. You know, grabbing the sticks a little tighter. In all, I could say if you want a favorite, Moorhead was the favorite coming in just because of their overall record within the section and what they've been able to accomplish this year. But, you know, if I'm Bemidji, like I said, I feel good. I would keep getting pucks deep when they get a chance. I think we're seeing some clearing passes that aren't connecting, but I think what you're going to see from both teams, someone's going to come up with a 2-on-1 break just for the way that both teams are trying to step up and push with their defense and try and control zones. And I think that's going to come down to a play like that where someone's going to create a 2-on-1 and get that first goal. Because to beat both goaltenders, I think it's going to take a cross-ice pass to beat them.
And neither team has been able to take advantage of the very few penalties that we've had.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that is to both teams' favor to stay out of the box. I think Moorhead was better on their second kill than they were their first. But, again, it's one of those things. I've said it time after time. When you get into the playoffs or you're in the end of the season time, you need to have a really good power play. And goals become a little harder to score, so you want those opportunities.
And through a certain set of circumstances, there's a very good chance that these teams could meet once again in the playoffs.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting as we finish up this last week. You know, it kind of looks like it's Moorhead, Roseau, then Bemidji, Alex Brainerd, a lot of the familiar names. And it's fantastic that Bemidji's had a great year, and it's good to see them up in the upper half of the of the section, which you know, they've come from probably the lower end to have a very nice team and a great showing that they've had tonight.
Give a lot of credit to my